hello, we're picking up in the same spot we left off because it's actually the same day. It's still Tuesday. It's just a lot of hours later. I finished the edit on that vlog and then was doing some other things, getting some content done, editing, or more editing, I should say, and doing some like admin emails and stuff like that. Also starting to get things ready for taxes, which like that's how I feel about that. So yeah, I think I'm going to start on Their Vicious Games next. I just feel in the mood for something unhinged and like a little bit crazy, and I have a feeling this is going to be it. I'm not quite in the cozy mood today, or else I would be going for the Irregular Witches book. I feel like this is my vibe today. So I am so excited. I have been seeing a few of my friends that I follow that also enjoy YA have rated this very highly. I believe this does take place in New England, which like I feel like I'm picking up so many books recently that take place in New England, which I just freaking love. Yeah, it takes place at this place called Edgewater Academy. It's a school for the uber rich. Giving Hastings vibes, anyone? So yeah, I've heard this compared to like Pretty Little Liars in the terms of like the game or that kind of thing. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just obsessed with this cover. You know me. I love a YA. I love a YA thriller. And I'm just hoping that this is like the vibes, every vibe that I want right now. So I think this is going to be my next read. I have to go pick up Zeddy from her pack adventure in a few minutes here. It's a little bit early, but we're supposed to be getting a storm tonight and tomorrow, like a rain/windstorm. Another one, because 'tis the season. It's winter, you know? So yeah, my husband has storm duty. Oh, I thought there was a bug. My husband has storm duty because he works for the electric company, so we'll be just hunkering down, me and the dog, tomorrow. Anyways, that's it for today. I will give you an update on Their Vicious Games once like I'm a little bit into it. I'm gonna start it tonight, so I will probably update you tomorrow.
Middle of the road, it's just a feeling of a distant melody unknown. I was doing fine, I minded my...
Hello, it is the next day. Trust me, it's the next day, okay? I may be wearing the same clothes, but like I'm the type of person that wears the same loungewear multiple times before I wash it. I know y'all are the same, so let's not even pretend that that's not us, okay? Okay? I am in my kitchen today. Weird, I never film in here. But I wanted to give you an update on my reading, and the light is just right here, so... I mean, I have the light on there, but you all see what happens with the lines there. We live in a really old building. It's got really old electrical. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah, it is Wednesday. We started off this morning, like all last night and this morning, with a storm, like rain/windstorm, but then it really went away in the morning, and I've just been a productive little bee all day long today, but like nothing worthy of filming, if I'm being quite honest. It's just been a lot of me doing this on the computer. Not really that exciting. So I didn't really film that much today, but I am going to clean out our refrigerator. We usually go grocery shopping on Thursdays, so it's getting down to bare bones, and I haven't done like a good clean out, like wipe all the surfaces in few months, if I'm being honest, just like with the holidays and everything, so it's due for like a good wipe out and also a little bit of a declutter because I'm sure there are some sauces in there that we are just not using. So I'm going to do that. Right now I'm going to continue to listen to the audiobook of their Vicious Games, but I wanted to give you an update before I continue, because last night I read up to page 135 and I'm really liking it so far. It is not what I expected. So it's not quite Pretty Little Liars. So that comparison, I don't really see it other than like there's a clique of like Mean Girls, I guess you could say. I guess I would say it's more Mean Girls than it is Pretty Little Liars, but like I get it, and there's like a head honcho that like kind of reminds me of Allison a little bit, but beyond that, it's not really Pretty Little Liars, but that's okay. I'm still enjoying it. It gives the same vibes. It's like cliquey girls and that kind of thing, so I think that's where the reference comes in. So it's like not too far off, but it's not like, at least so far, quite as Pretty Liars as I was expecting, but like that's okay. We did have our first kind of like reveal, I guess you would say, in terms of like what actually happens in these games. So we are following a main character named Adina. She is a senior in high school and she has been accepted to a bunch of different Ivy Leagues where she has her sights set on Yale. But then something happens where she loses like her scholarship or whatever, and if she joins this game that happens in the town that's basically held by like the most prestigious family, whoever wins these games has been like set for life, basically had their pick of schools wherever they want to go, and like girlfriend is desperate, so she's like, I'm gonna play the game. I lost my spot at the Ivy League because of this incident. I'm gonna play the game because like that's the only way that I'm going to be able to live the life that I want to live. So she decides to play. And then we get a reveal of like what the game is actually about, and it's not what I was expecting, literally in the slightest. But I'm actually kind of here for it. I'm interested to see where it goes, because as soon as we get this reveal, she's like, I'm out. I'm not playing anymore, and we already have some crazy things happening. Maybe some people are dying. Maybe that's happening. I don't feel like that's really a spoiler because it says things in the synopsis, but like, you know, those the kinds of things are happening. And then it gets revealed of like what actually happens at the end of this game, and she's like, bye, but she can't actually leave because like she's stuck there and they basically have her captive. So that's kind of where I'm at. The games haven't really like even began. We've just gotten like them introducing everyone that else is like participating and also getting a feel for like what the games are about and her getting to this point. So I'm actually excited to like get into the games and see how juicy they get and like what sounds to be deadly, which is cool. I'm here for that. So I'm going to continue to listen to this while I clean up the refrigerator. I know, exciting content, but like at the same time, I love a cleaning montage. I also just love watching people clean. It is just motivating to me. So hopefully it's the same for you. You know, I try to keep my vlogs like as cozy as possible. And like, what's cozier than cleaning content? Am I right? So like, if you've been putting off something to clean, here's your motivation. We're gonna do it together, okay? Pick a thing and like, let's clean it out together, okay? But yeah, I am gonna listen to the audiobook while I do it because like, we need to make chores fun around here, okay?
On business till the day you took me home. You came into my life like a sweet embrace, swept me off my feet and made me whole again. You came in my life, I wanna see your face. Never will I be the same again. Well, I thought I knew what life was all about. That song had already been sung. I was going on, still minding my own business. Never knew the life had just begun. You came into my life like a sweet embrace, swept me off my feet and made me whole again. You came in my life, I wanna see your face. Never will I a sweet embrace, swept me off my feet and made me whole again. You came in my life, I wanna see your face. Never will I be the same again. Never will I be the same again.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, 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 golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things.
Hello, friends. We are out and about running errands today. I'm at Trader Joe's. That's the first stop. Then I have to go to Stop and Shop because I prefer a certain kind of coffee creamer. And they don't sell it at Trader Joe's. So I'm gonna get coffee creamer, and then I have to go to Staples, which is right next door, to return some things from Amazon. I ordered, this is like too funny, I ordered resistance bands to help with my pull-ups, because my non-existent pull-ups, you guys, I cannot do a pull-up for the life of me, but I really want to be able to try. So I got some resistance bands to go on our pull-up bar. Well, they didn't send me resistance bands. Instead, they sent me a pair of men's husky, meaning like larger man's pair of shorts. So to return those, I ordered actual resistance bands. They came. I haven't tried them out yet, so I'll keep you posted on that. But yeah, anyways, let's do Trader Joe's. This week it should be a smaller grocery week because I'm really trying to frame my meals after like what's already in my house. So yesterday I cleaned out the fridge, as you saw, so I had some things left over and I was like, what can I make from what's left over instead of just planning all new meals? So one of them, I'm gonna do a repeat meal, which I made in my last Winterween vlog, which will be linked in the description if you haven't seen it, but it's like a take on a steak and cheese, just sans the bun, really. So it's just, you know, you just have it over rice, or you can have it with potatoes or whatever. I'm gonna do a repeat of that, and then I have some leftover like tzatziki yogurt dip, so I think I'm just gonna do like salmon salads with that. I have also some feta in the fridge already. So basically it's a smaller grocery week because I'm really trying to use up what we already have instead of like buying all new, if that makes sense. I don't know, it's a way of like decluttering, but also just like make sure we're not wasting. So that's the plan. Let's go in, get some groceries, and be on our way. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like hella tired today. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why. I'm in my luteal phase. It is hitting me hard today. My period is due in like a week, so I'm starting that phase, and it is just hitting me like a sack of bricks today.
Feet step over splinters of the moon. Golden, I follow only golden, golden things.
Hello friends! I am in my bathroom today. I just showered and I'm going to do my skincare, but I wanted to give you an update on their vicious games while I do my skincare. So I wash my face in the shower. I just use the Bioma, it's soaking wet, but I use the Bioma Creamy Jelly Cleanser. I love this stuff. Probably not the best day to be filming in here because the sun is going in and out of the clouds, so I apologize. But yeah, I know all the like teeny boppers freaking are obsessing about that stuff right now and that brand. It's great skincare for really affordable price. So I'm also going in with their facial mist. I'm a sucker for a facial mist. I love it. So yeah, I finished their vicious games and I think I'm going to land on a 3 for that one, which honestly just makes me a little sad because I had really high hopes going into that book. Like I think my expectations were extremely high for me being like a YA girly, but it was just okay. I did get the comparison to Pretty Little Liars a little bit. Not as much as I thought. It definitely, like, there's definitely like that game aspect to it, but instead of it being like the secretive one person, the family, like I said, puts on this game or whatever and the girls are competing and then they find out why they're competing and then like there's that whole thing, and like I kind of liked the idea of it at first in terms of like a theme overall, and I thought that it was gonna bring like a good conversation. Oh my god, this literally the sun going in and out of these clouds is gonna be the death of me. I thought it was gonna bring like a good conversation, and it did. Like this book did a really good job about talking about race and class and privilege and that kind of thing, which I really enjoyed, which is why I'm landing on a 3-star, because I do think it covered those themes pretty well for being like a YA thriller that's a little bit over the top, if I'm being honest. It was just over the top, and like in that sense it also gives Pretty Little Liars, but beyond that the comparison's not even really there. I would compare it more to like Ready or Not, if I'm being honest. I think that's more like on track with a comparison, but overall, you know, it was just okay. I didn't really get like super invested in any of the characters, which I felt like was kind of the point, and I also just thought that it was like so over the top, and like I can appreciate an over the top thriller. Like I really can. There is a time and a place for it. The ending of this book is batshit crazy, like absolutely crazy, but like in a good, fun way. But at the same time, I'm like, was it though? Was it though? Like the ending, there was a few times where I was like, oh, we're going there. We are absolutely going there. And like, it's fun for a minute. And then you're just like, there's so many plot holes left over, and I don't know. Anyways, that's why I'm landing on a 3. It wasn't like horrible, but it definitely was not the best thing I've ever read, and I don't think I would like openly recommend this to everyone because I don't feel like it was just that worthy. I feel like it's very forgettable. Like again, I do appreciate the talk of like class and privilege and race. I do think those themes were really well done. Sorry, I have to like I don't want to like put eye cream in my eyeballs. So let's look in the mirror while we do this. For someone who has like a very open opinion about YA, like I enjoy it. I can look past a lot of things, you know. I don't fault characters for being young or whatever. I just like felt like, I don't know, just was not my favorite. It just wasn't my favorite. And you know what? That's okay. I will definitely read from her again. I do enjoy the risk that she took with this book. I think that that is definitely saying something. So I will definitely read from her again. But overall, it just wasn't my favorite. So I'm gonna land on a 3-star. And then I also did start the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. And like, and let me tell you, if you know anything about me, you know this is my kind of book. I'm 200 pages into it. This is for sure going to be my first 5-star of the year. Like, unless the ending goes awry, which I don't think it will, I have nothing but good things to say about this book. It literally just warms my heart so much. I can't even explain to you. It is very much like House in the Cerulean Sea vibes. Like, the found family is so there, and if you don't know, this book is following our main character, Micah Moon, which is just the coolest name on the planet, and she is brought up in a world, she's a witch, and she is brought up in a world where other witches are not supposed to be around other witches because magic can go awry. So she's pretty much spent her whole life like in solitude. She was adopted because her parents died very young. She was adopted by another witch who, like, you know, just pretty much let her be on her own, figure her magic out on her own. So her whole life she has been alone, very independent, but also very lonely. And then she gets the opportunity to teach these 3 young witches how to use their magic, and like having all of them in one place could be very polarizing, but she also like sees herself in these 3 small girls, and then just this cast of characters that are around this like house where the girls live is just amazing. The main guy, Ian, who is like this older man, he's gay, him and his husband live at this house, they look after it for the head of the household, who is like never there, which I'm sure we're going to get like an actual explanation for, but she's never there. She's a witch and she's never there. She adopted these 3 young girls and then basically like went off on all these expeditions. Anyways, the 2 men, oh my god, Ian is very Arthur Parnassus in House in the Cerulean Sea. He's very over the top, he's very whimsical, he is just a fun guy. And then we have Lucy, who's like the housekeeper, Ian's husband. And then we have Jamie, which I'm sure you can imagine. He's a grump, so we have the kind of like grumpy sunshine going on, and he's just broody. He's broody, but he's also very protective, and I'm sure you can guess where things go. And like, I just love this book so much. I love it. I love it. I only have like 100 pages left, and it's the kind of book where I do not want to finish it. Like, I don't even want to read it. I don't want to read these last 100 pages because I know it's going to be over. Like, that's the kind of energy I'm getting. Like, I keep looking at it and I'm like, oh, I really want to read you, but like, I don't, because I know if I read you, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to fly through those last 100 pages and that's going to be it. And like, that makes me so sad. Like, that's like how I'm feeling, and I love it so much. I love it. So, I mean, I'll give you a real update like when I'm actually done with it, but this is going to be a 5-star. Like, there's no doubt about it. There's just no doubt about it. It's my kind of book, and I cannot wait. I know the author of this book, has a new one coming out later this year. Something about magical innkeeping. Sign me up, sign me up. I also need to go and buy a copy of this book immediately because I got it out from the library and like, I don't want to give it back. I don't want to give it back. So I need to buy a copy. Let me just share what I just put on my face for you. So I have the glow serum from Beauty of Hosan. I've been trying a ton of Korean skincare like over the past few months because I just hear such incredible things, and let me tell you, it's amazing. My skin is also freaking out a little bit because I also started like a retinol journey. So we're working through that. I'm only like a month into it, and I definitely have some areas that like are purging itself, but like in a good way. You can tell a little bit like on here. I have a lot of like dark spots that have come up. The joys of being 36. Wear your sunscreen, kids. So anyways, I put that on, and then just my eye cream, which is the Inky List Caffeine Eye Cream. This is my daytime one. And then my moisturizer is the Bioma Moisturizing Gel Cream. freaking love this stuff. Buy it again, man. I'm telling you, it's good skincare. It's affordable. There's lots of good ingredients in there. And now I'm gonna put on my sunscreen. I use the Bliss Block Star. I like this one because it's tinted and it's just good, especially in the summertime. I feel like, you know, I can put this on and go. I don't have to like wear makeup on top of it or whatever if I don't want to, but like I said, I'm trying out some Korean skincare. So I just got this one because I literally have like maybe 2 uses of this left. So I got the Skin 1004 Water Fit Sun Serum. It's SPF 50. This is what it looks like. I did do a spot test on my face this morning because I have the world's most sensitive skin, and I didn't want to have like an allergic reaction, and so far I think we're good. But I'm not going to use this today because I like to use products up before I start anything new. I just wanted to do a spot test, but I just wanted to share that that's what I'm trying. Anyways, so that's what I put on my face. I've had a good skincare routine for a while, but since trying like the retinol or whatever, I'm just making sure that I am really focusing on hydration and like not damaging my skin barrier. So a lot of the things that I'm using are very hydrating products. Also, this has niacinamide in it, so it's really helping with like redness overall. Plus it's winter time. My skin is just so dry. Obviously I'm not using retinol like on my eyes, but like my eyelids are so dry just because of overall winter. So anyways, that's a skincare talk for you. When I tell you, I know I'm gonna say it again. Wear your freaking sunscreen because otherwise you're gonna end up with all these fun dark spots that pop up like in your mid-30s. It wasn't until 35 to now that like they really started to come out. So you might think that you've like escaped it. Let me tell you, you didn't. So wear your sunscreen. Wear your sunscreen. That's my skincare. That's my update on my books. I will keep you posted on like when I finish The Secret Society of The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. It's a mouthful, but it's so good. It's so good. I love it so much. I don't want it to end.
Walk up the river by my son. Feet step over.
Hiya. We are gonna do my clothing declutter finally. It's actually like days later, but I just like was not in the mood over the weekend. I was not feeling my best self, and I just don't feel like decluttering clothes at that time is smart, because then I'm like, I'm gonna get rid of everything. And that's not logical. Or I'm just gonna hold on to everything because I know that I'm not like in the right headspace. You have to be in the right headspace to part with things and to like think about it in a logical way. So that's what we're gonna do today. The lighting in here is never great, okay? Because we have light from back here, and it just is never great. So I do apologize for that. I do have like a whole decluttering playlist on my channel, so I will link that in the description. It kind of goes over my whole like process. I'm not going to take the time to explain it in this vlog because then it will just be too long, but I do have that playlist. There are a bunch of other clothing declutter, house declutter, that kind of thing, from like when I used to do more minimal style content on my channel. So I will have that link in the description in case you want to like hear more of my process. But in a nutshell, I'm just basically going to be pulling things out. I don't think I'm going to put like everything on the bed at one time. I think I'm just going to go category by category because I'm just feeling kind of laid back about it today. I don't expect to get rid of like a ton, but I do know there are pieces, even just from my capsule, that I haven't been wearing that I'm like, that's really not going to work for me. So I'll take the time to explain things as I go. But yeah, let's go ahead, jump into the declutter. I did make a coffee. That's essential. Get yourself some tea, a drink, what have you, when you're going to do it. Make it a fun, enjoyable experience. Normally I will listen to either music, a podcast, watch a show. I'm probably just gonna throw on Criminal Minds because let's be real, that's just my entire personality at this point. So cheers, and let's get to decluttering. So I'm gonna start with my capsule. I know for sure already that this shirt just has to go. This is not translating well on camera, but it's in person, it's more of a mustard, and you can just tell even by me holding it up, this is not my color. It just does not work with my skin tone. So we're gonna part with this one. I feel like a basic Henley is something that I can find anytime, anywhere, and I could get it in a color that's more suitable. I went through an experimental color phase. I really wanted it to work. I also got this off Poshmark, and I thought it was going to be a little bit more brown, and it just turned up to be a little bit more mustard. It just does not work for my coloring, so we're gonna part with that. Am debating parting with this black sweater. I did get a newer black sweater this year. It's oversized. I love it. This one has like a turtleneck to it, but oh my god, I don't even know if you'll be able to see this in person, but like, I mean on camera, it's not translating well, but like, it is so pilly and hairy, and even though I love the turtleneck, this has seen better days, and I just don't know that it works anymore. Like, I don't feel like I could wear this out of the house and like style it. I would look a little disheveled and unput together. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to think about this one. We're gonna put that in a maybe pile. And then also in the maybe pile, I'm gonna have to put my orange pants. I need to try them on. I haven't worn them in a while because I knew that they were a little snug. They were a little snug, which is okay. My body has changed. It's totally fine. These are like 3 sizes too small, I think. But like, they worked for a while because they're so stretchy. I just don't know if they work anymore. So I'm gonna have to try these on. I'm not gonna do that right this second. I'm gonna do that, make a pile, and do that at the end. So I'm gonna put those in the try-on pile, as well as my dark skinny jeans. I just don't know if these fit anymore. Again, I haven't worn skinny jeans in a while. I've found that the oversized jeans and just like straight jeans are so comfortable, and I've been gravitating towards those. So I'm gonna try these on and see if they work or not. And I think that's it out of my current capsule. The rest of these I wear all the time. Actually, I'm gonna try on my balloon jeans too. These I find, I don't know if they're actually that flattering. And I wouldn't say they're necessarily like the most comfortable. I don't know. I got them a while ago. I liked them at the beginning, but every single time I see myself in a picture wearing them, I'm like, that's not it. It's not it. So I'm gonna try those on as well. And that'll be it out of my current capsule. Now let's go to, I have my top, like my off-season things just in a drawer. So I'm gonna go through those and see what we come up with. Okay, from there, I have 2 pairs of shorts I have to try on. This is gonna be a recurring theme because my body has just changed so much from like weightlifting and that kind of thing, but I'm also in the middle of like doing a cut, so I feel like it's a weird time. So I'm not necessarily gonna get rid of it all. If it like doesn't fit, we'll have to see. These 2 tanks are like so stretched out and just far gone, even to the point where like wearing them as pajamas are just not okay. And then this shirt, again, this color, I'm telling you, in the pictures on Poshmark, it just looked so different. I love this shirt. It's honestly like my pilgrim shirt. I freaking love it. It's like got a little, it's got a peplum, and then it has buttons up the back, and it's so cute, but I never wear it because this color just does not look good on me. So, and they didn't make it in another color that I know of. So we're gonna part with that. I do love the shirt, but it's just the color just does not work for me. So we have gone through the capsule, gone through the off-season things. Now we're gonna go through like a cozy wear and workout clothes, because I definitely know there are some things in there that I can part with. So let's do that. stuff from this one. So I have a pair of joggers that I have a black pair that are like the exact same, and these do not fit the same at all. They're absolutely like the most unflattering and uncomfortable fit. I got them off Poshmark. Sometimes that just happens. They're so short on me and I'm only 5'3", so it just is weird, and like the waistband hits at a weird spot. They just don't work, so we're gonna part with those. A really old workout tank. This sweatshirt, like crop sweatshirt, I just don't gravitate towards it anymore because I have a zip up one and also another cropped gray hoodie, so we're gonna part with that one. Couple of sports bras and workout shorts that just don't fit anymore. I will give you a grand total at the end of how many pieces I end up getting rid of. It's honestly not about a number, but I find it fun to know like what the tally is at the end. I have gone through all of my drawers. I do keep some off-season clothes in another closet, like dresses, jackets, and I also have a bin of like sentimental clothes that I'm gonna go through because honestly I don't remember what's in there other than maybe some school shirts and like sports jerseys. I just don't keep those out because I don't wear them all the time. So I'm gonna bring that out and go through it and see if there's anything that I just don't find sentimental anymore, as well as all of my other pieces, and go through those. This one, it's unfortunately too small in the bust. I know that from last summer and things have not shrunk. So we're gonna part with this one. I want to find a dress that's very similar to this though, because I do love the fit of it. It's got pockets in the front, it's so cute. And then two to try on. This is like the dress that I wear to like weddings and stuff, but I haven't tried it on in a minute, as well as this one. So I'm gonna try both of these on and we'll see where we land with that. Now I need to get out the sentimental bin. So this top one is actually just bathing suits and some like summer hats that I wear in the summertime. Went through a big swimwear declutter last year, and I think I'm happy with all of those. There's a random sweatshirt in here though, and like I don't care about that sweatshirt anymore, so we're gonna part with that. You want to see what I mean by sentimental? It's my studded belts from when I was like a pop punk princess in high school. I dressed very punk back in the day, and I still kept my studded belts because honestly they're iconic. If they ever come back in style, I will rock these in a heartbeat. Honestly, I would anyways, just because they're fun. Why will any of this went out of style is beyond me. It's beyond me. Tried everything on, and I won't lie, that is sometimes a defeating thing to do. That's why I said you have to be in like the right headspace, especially if your body is going through a lot of changes, which mine has over the past couple of years. You know, I'm 36 now. When I turned 30, my body went through changes, and then at 35, even more. We don't talk about it enough, but it's a thing that happens, and it is what it is, but at the same time, sometimes it's hard to accept it. And also, like, I'm also on like a fitness journey, and I have no idea what my body is going to do over the past couple of years. So over the next couple of years. So sometimes it's hard to like part with things when I'm like, well, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, will I shrink back down? Will I be a completely different size? Like, what is going to happen? But at the same time, I always try to keep in mind, like, my style is also going to change in a couple of years. Will I even want these pieces anymore? Not will they be trendy, because I don't care about that, but just like, will I personally like them anymore? Will I like the color? Will I like the fit, etc.? So for practical reasons, I did keep some things just in case my body does change. I'm not saying these are like goal pieces. Like, these two dresses are a perfect example. They fit, I can get them on. I don't feel the most confident in them right now. You know, there's just certain parts where there's pulling and it's tight and that kind of thing, but again, I don't know what's going to happen, so I'm gonna hold on to these 2 dresses and see what happens, because I would be so sad to like part with them and not be able to find them again, because I did get them secondhand. So that's another thing. If you got a lot of your clothes like secondhand, sometimes it's harder to part with things because you like searched for them, you know? So I'm gonna keep both of them. They aren't it right now, but in a couple of months, in a year, whatever, they might be, and that's okay. Like I said, if they're not at the time, we will part with them, but I think it's okay to sometimes hold on to things as long as you're doing it in a healthy way. But again, this is difficult. The fact that I don't fit in these right now is definitely making me feel some type of way. I'm not like thrilled about it, but I have to accept it because it just is what it is. And it's not like I don't look in the mirror and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so unhappy with my body. Like, that's not it. That doesn't happen on the daily. I'm confident in like my body and what's happening, and like I'm a woman, you know? Things happen. Hormones, things change. I'm very good about like accepting what is. That doesn't mean that I don't have things that I want to change, or like I said, you know, I'm on a fitness journey. I'm really weightlifting right now. Well, right now I'm in a cut, but like I'm weightlifting. I'm also trying to like cycle sync, and I'm doing a lot of different things. My point is that like, even though I'm doing these things, doesn't make it any less difficult when you try things on that have fit in the past and they don't fit anymore. It is always going to make you feel some type of way, so you have to declutter in a good mental space if you are going to have to try things on. Otherwise, it will just completely ruin you. Like, I know I can sit in my feels right now and be like, okay, they don't fit, that's all right. We're gonna work through it, feel your feels, but I know like tomorrow when I wake up, I'm gonna feel confident in who I am. That's fine. But if you're someone who's like not that way, don't declutter your clothing until you are in the right mental headspace. That was a tangent, but like I feel like it just had to be said because I don't want anyone to think that like this was easy, especially going through body changes. Like, it's never easy. It's not. I'm definitely feeling it right now. I'm feeling a little down in the dumps about it, about some of the pieces that don't fit anymore because they were pieces that I absolutely love, and I'm gutted that they don't, but at the same time, and like I just have to ride the roller coaster, so I'm gonna feel my feels. I'm going to sit with my feelings, and then we're gonna move on, and that's okay. Alright, so I have my piles here, and also a very lazy puppy dog. This is the pile of things that I'm gonna try to sell because they are still in good condition, and they just aren't the right color or fit or whatever. So that is gonna be the sell pile, and then these 2 piles are the just getting rid of, unfortunately, but they're just stretched out. I'm gonna donate them still, but like they're not sell worthy, but someone might appreciate them. There are a few pieces that I am throwing away just because I don't feel comfortable donating them. I really try hard not to do that. I really try hard to like repurpose if I can, but these items I just can't. I ended up with 23 items total, which is good. You know, I don't have a huge wardrobe to begin with compared to some people. And I, like I said, did hang on to a few things just in case, so it's not like I'm wearing them all the time, but we're gonna just in case them. But yeah, 23 pieces for an hour's work. It's not too shabby. It feels good. Like I said, I'm still in my feels. It feels good overall. Anyways, thanks for coming along and being my emotional support while I do this. I will give you an update on my reading later on, and then we'll close out this vlog. Y'all, I'm so sad. It snowed this morning, like last night and this morning, and it was so pretty, and now it's raining, and it's gonna be gone, and it's slushy, disgusting, frozen mess, and it's making me really sad because it was so pretty to look at for like 2 hours, and now it is not pretty to look at. It makes me dread going out there at all. I'm looking this way because I'm looking out the window. It's just tragic. New England winters, man. They are an experience. They are an experience. It's like 40 degrees today, too. It's like spring. Weird. Anyways, I'm here to give you my last update of this vlog, and I don't think this is going to come as a surprise to anyone that this book was 5 freaking stars. I mean, I'm just in love with every single one of these characters, with this entire plot. I love how it came together at the end, and I freaking love how the third act conflict, when it comes to like the romance, didn't actually just include the romance, because I do find that's why I don't tend to gravitate towards a lot of romances, actually, because I find the third act conflict really annoying most of the time. I'm like, okay, we get it. Like, I get there has to be some sort of suspense and blah, 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 but like, does there really? Does there really? And a lot of time it's just because of miscommunication and that kind of thing, and I just like find it really annoying in standalone romances. But in this one, where we have this found family, the third act conflict actually involves the entire family. So yes, it does circle around the romance, but it actually includes everyone, and kind of everyone was included in the conflict, which I just think was really well done and a really just fun and unique take on it, because you don't see that happen a lot of time. Not that this is a standalone romance, I think it made sense for the plot, obviously, to include everyone in that third act conflict, but like, it was just so well done, and I think had it just had to do with the romance, I would have been a little perturbed and probably would have lowered my rating a little bit. But where it did include every single character, and kind of every single character was involved in the conflict, this doesn't even have to do with like the main plot line. Like, there was, I mean, it does, but like there was a separate little conflict that happened, and like, I'm just so happy that it just wasn't the romance, it was just included for everyone. So that definitely like made my rating soar to a 5-star, of course. But then I also really loved like the other plot lines that we were following and how those all wrapped up together, and I loved the little reveals that we got at the end. Oh my goodness, there was one thing that like I did not see coming. I did not at all, and I literally like was shooketh, but like in the best way possible. So I'm so happy to end this readathon on a 5-star, because honestly it was a little rough there for a second. Not rough, because I gave 2 3-stars, but I also had a DNF, and like, you know, sometimes you're just like, with a readathon, I'm like, man, sometimes picking a TBR can be like so exciting, but then when it doesn't start to go your way, it's like, oh no, is my entire TBR gonna be downhill? But I'm so happy to end on a 5-star. I am for sure going to Barnes & Noble. Well, obviously not today, since it's just got straight out, but maybe like later in the week, and picking up a copy of this, because I need it in my collection immediately. This needs to sit on my shelf with all my other found family faves. It belongs. If you know any other books like this, please let me know. Like, I need more found family tropes in my life. I have read all of TJ Klune's. I have read, well, that's a lie. I haven't read the Wolf Song series. I'm not sure if that one's for me. I'm not sure. But I've read all of his others. I've read Nettle and Bone. I've read Legends and Lattes, The Wishing Game. Like, I've read all of them, I feel like. So if you have any other cozy fantasies that are found family, please let me know in the comments. Please. I need all of the recommendations that are like this. Yeah, that wraps up this vlog. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me this week and coming along for Winterween. I freaking love this readathon so much, and I am sure that Summerween is happening, so be sure to follow the This Is Summerween Instagram so you kind of stay up to date, as well as Gabby, of course. That way you can participate in the next one, because it really is so much freaking fun. I love it so much. I love a good readathon. It's just a blast. It is just a blast. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe if you are not already. Turn the bell so you never miss a video. And I have some very exciting video plans for this month, so definitely stay tuned. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
With you and I, the future is bright.